making coffee. I'm gonna show you how I normally make my coffee. Got a glass with ice and a metal straw. And then this is just a double shot of espresso, caramel syrup, and oat milk. Really simple, but I like sweet drinks, so this is how I make my coffee. I pour the fresh espresso over. Maybe that was wrong, but that's okay. And then we put a decent amount of this in. Give that a bit of a mix. I'm going to put my milk straight in here. This is best done with water, but this little trick, all you do is you like swirl it around and it gets all that extra coffee off the edges. So basically, and then you pour that in. And then your cup is so much cleaner than before. Perfect, and then I'm gonna top it up with a bit more milk. It's good. Okay, so we're just gonna have a little bit of a chit chat about the day ahead, right? This is my plan for the day. Aside here, it's got a long list of things to do today, but I've already started on it, so that's not so bad. Some of the big things on the list that I probably found are painting. I have to paint my room downstairs that we're staying in. Not by choice. The room hasn't been cleaned or painted in 20 years since my parents first bought the house. So a little bit of a backstory, right? I used to have, we'll call it the best room in the house. Like it got such good light and was fairly big. No ensuite, none of that kind of stuff, but a decent sized wardrobe. And then yeah, I got asked if I wanted to move downstairs because my parents are redoing the house and yada yada yada. That part's not important. Anyway, so yes, I moved downstairs, which we used to have like a rumpus room. So it's not carpet or anything, but the space is massive. It's kind of like, we've turned into like a living bedroom type situation. It's really cool. It's almost self-contained. If there was a bathroom down there and a sink or something, we would barely have to come upstairs. But I still have to paint it. Even though I don't really care if it gets painted. But I cleaned it yesterday. I did sugar soap, but I missed a couple spots. So one of the walls I'll have to sugar soap again, which I will film. And then the other couple of walls I will put the first coat of paint on. And then when Connor gets home, he wants to help. So if I do the sugar soap early, he can come home and we can paint that last wall together. Yeah, and then I have a lot of editing, thumbnails, all that sort of jazz to do. And I have my laptop here to get started on that after my breakfast and coffee. But I'm struggling to pick what I want for breakfast. Does anyone else ever feel like this? Like, I don't know what I want. I thought about avocado toast and I'm like, oh, I don't really feel like it. I don't really feel like cereal. I don't want tofu because I want tofu for lunch. I thought about a banana, but I think I'm a bit more hungry than that. So I'll get back to you when I decide what I'm having for breakfast. I went with avocado toast. Oh, boring. But if you want to see how I made it, I'll link the video where I showed how I make my avocado toast in the morning in the information card. We're going to time lapse me working, unless I want to show you something, because it'll keep me off my phone. Okay, so I'm somewhat of the way through my list. I've done 2 thumbnails, which is part of what I was working on, and I uploaded the photos I took from the other day onto my computer so that I can put them on my phone and then edit them. So I'll show you the thumbnails I've made. I use Canva, so they're on Canva. This is one of them. And this right here is the other one that I've made. That means that I now get to cross something off my list. So let's find it. just like that. So good, but I don't want to study. I've been sitting down for so long and I just don't want to study. But I do need to do the sugar soap, so I'll go and do that. Make lunch and do the sugar soap. So just to sugar soap your walls, you just add a little bit of the sugar soap liquid into bucket. I'm going to use a mop because it is a huge space and I got a rag to get into the small places. Okay, so it's the next morning and this room is a mess, do not judge. But I didn't film any of us painting, but I started at 12:30 and we didn't get completely cleaned up until 12 last night. So I'll show you what we did and what happened. But yeah, that's the first coat. It looks so much better white. However, it's a lot of effort. I think there's paint under my eye too. Lovely. Okay, so we started by painting this wall here, but then it was like this wooden linoleum stuff here, which is painted, but if you scratch it, it comes off. So we yanked the whole thing off, and it's actually jib under here. It's just old jib, so we need to sand it and paint that again. This was the first wall I did. Took forever. It's not a whole heap of paint on it, so the second coat's going to be important. And then there's this long wall, which is brick, and that was so hard. That took us so long. I had to get Connor to help me with that one. And then this wall isn't actually that bad, but it's quite long. It's just like a big room. We're not touching that side because the builders and construction will sort that later. But yeah, that is what we've done so far. So that brings us to the end of this video. It's really a shambles, but I do agree that my room looks so much better like the way it is now, and I'm very, very happy with it, even though it took so freaking long. I don't think I ended up getting any of the footage of us painting, but I mean, it wasn't so bad. We were playing music, which I would have had mute anyway, and a couple dance breaks. I know it wasn't an awful experience, it was just so long. So many hours went into it, but I'll show you the before photos and the after photos. Unfortunately, they don't really match because I didn't take them on the same angle, and I've just had to go and like try and find old photos of my room. Really hard, by the way, so most of them have me in them, so do what you will with that. But comparatively wise, so much better. Yeah, that's all for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. Can't wait till the next adventure. Hopefully it'll be a bit more interesting than redecorating and refinishing a room. But I still find it so amazing what a coat of paint and just rearranging furniture can do for a room. It's insane, really. Anyway, see ya until the next adventure.